going on, YouTube? It's been a while, I know. Urban Outdoorsman here, and I've just been busy. It's been a while since I've submitted any videos. If it's a little fuzzy, forgive me. I'm on my tablet this evening. I wanted to go ahead and do a video about one of my firearms. I feel it, it's in the air, so I'm going to go ahead and do one tonight. And I'm really pleased to show you this one. This is another member of my gun family here, and it's in .22 caliber. And this particular rifle shoots either short, long, or long rifle. It is semi-auto. So without further ado, here it is. This is my 1967 Remington SpeedMaster. See how nice and glossy she is. That is a B, by the way. That's custom. My last name does start with a B, so yes, that's why it's there. I can't tell you how many times I've had people knock it at the range. It looks like an R. Why would people do that? But you know, it means a lot to me because somebody very near and dear to me put that there before it was handed down. So again, this is a Remington SpeedMaster. Again, it will shoot short. This guy there, that is a .22 short, itty bitty. Long, there's long, and of course, long rifle, squirrel machine. Comparing sizes, let's do it. See if I can finagle them here. So there is, that's kind of wonky. Short. Let's see. Short. Bear with me. Short, long, and long rifle. You know, the thing that I love about this gun is, number one, it doesn't jam. Number two, it's very accurate. I've heard reports of these guys jamming. This one does not. It is a tube fed, of course, like most vintage .22s of this era. It's got a tube feed magazine. Those guys will go in right there in that little hole. We'll seal her up. The Remington SpeedMaster is not an inexpensive rifle. I mean, you're going to spend a little bit. I think now they run about just shy of 600. They do make a BDL and a standard. I think now they've all got kind of special stocks on them, but this is actually the standard SpeedMaster. They made a BDL version also, and again, this was manufactured in 1967. Very proud of that. The vintage SpeedMasters are desirable. Remington is now, as of 2014, maybe earlier, I don't know when, but here in 2014, Remington's owned by a company called Freedom Group. They've got investors. They're there to make a buck. So with that, I'm going to say that they're not churning out the firearms that they used to. An example, you say? How about the Remington R1? But we won't go there. This rifle wears a loop-holed VX1 rimfire scope. It is very clear. Let's see if I can get in there for you. I don't know. Well, I'm getting something. That's just hard to do. But, let's see here. Let's see. It's a sweet shooter. The safety is right there. So you'll either see a red or black. Red is on this side by me, so when it's black, it's safe. As far as the trigger on it, the trigger on this, it's a firm pull. It's not light by any means. The travel isn't long. The travel isn't long at all. Actually, the travel's shorter than, say, my M&P on my M&P 40. Granted, that's polymer pistol. So again, the trigger, it does not have a long pull, but it is very firm. So if you're dialed in, which this scope is set in right at 50, right at 50 yards, sweet spot. It's perfect. You really have to be careful as you're pulling the trigger, but because of just the muscle you got to put into it. I've never put it on a trigger weight. I can't think of the name of that thing. I don't know why, but it is heavy. I don't know when they made this gun. I believe it was in the late 50s when they first started making the SpeedMaster. 67's a good year. As for reliability, this gun fires all 22. Again, I can grab a handful of short, long, and long rifle, throw them in there, and it'll fire all of them. You do have to keep it clean. If you shoot this gun often, every week like I do, and you go for a few months, without cleaning it, I'll put it to you this way: you're going to want to clean it. That's when these guys tend to start to jam. Also, it does jam with old ammo. Again, this is not like the old Ruger 1022. But as far as being a 1022 will lead anything. But as far as being reliable, really and truly, folks, and it is. This gun's been in my family since probably the early 80s. I'm very pleased to have it now. When I got it, it did not have a scope on it. I had this scope put on it, and I couldn't think of a better scope for this beautiful, beautiful firearm. Amazing, functional machine than, of course, the loophole rimfire. The thing that I like about the VX1 is it focuses so quick. I looked at a Nikon. Nikon had a very incredibly clear picture. But the thing that I liked about the VX1 is it just focused so quick. It was unbelievable. So again, just to recap, 15 rounds of long rifle, 17 in long, and 22 short. You got to keep it clean. I did have the tall scope rings put on so I could still look in my sights. And we'll get a close-up of the tang marks of the proofs, if we can. Remington. There we go. See that? Remington. It's backwards across the string. Let's see. It should say 22 short, long, and long rifle. So 22S, L, and LR. Yep. There it is. Just a honey, absolute honey to shoot. So, again, you can get a SpeedMaster now. Again, I believe they're just short of $600, but they're just not as good as the older ones. Some people might say different, but I've read multiple reports online that the older ones are desirable, such as this guy right here. So, I just wanted to let you know, this is my SpeedMaster, and stay tuned. I'm going to put up some more videos here pretty soon. In the meantime, thanks for watching. It's the Urban Outdoorsman here, and keep your guns clean. Have a nice evening.